Did you know that Elmira has a Civil War prison camp? Now it's getting some additions more than a century and a half after it opened. Our 18 News reporter Joe Mason was at the camp today to take a look at what's going on.
160 years ago, this plot of land housed a prisoner of war camp for Confederate soldiers. Now this stockade fence sits on what was once known as Camp Rathbun.
This is part of Elmira's history and also part of our country's history.
There are only two of those in the entire country.
Going to the Elmira Civil War prison camp gives you the chance to see what it was like to be a Confederate prisoner of war during the 1860s.
We don't have any running water, we don't have any electricity, no modern amenities, no playstations.
It was made to hold 100 troops or a full company.
The camp was described by many as a hellish place to live, likely due to widespread disease and death.
A lot of them weren't in great shape. There were conditions here that contributed to additional disease. Probably the leading causes were dysentery and chronic diarrhea.
The city played an integral role during the Civil War. So did John W. Jones.
Elmira only became a city during the Civil War in 1864.
It's been busy all the way up to the end of 65, almost 66, because when it turned into a prison camp. People from the Elmira area, the units that came through here, fought at least in the east in every major battle. The biggest thing about Jones was, and this camp itself, was that they identified the dead and they kept records of it so that everyone who was buried up in the National Cemetery, all the Confederates, are identified. And not only identified, but they have markers over them so everybody knows exactly who's buried in that plot.
Because of Jones's work, many visitors have been able to make their own connections to Elmira.
A lot of the people that come here from the south, they're able to go to the cemetery and find out where their loved ones were buried, and they kind of get a sense of what their loved ones went through in this prison camp.
A Civil War symposium is set for next month from July 26th through the 28th. For more information on how to register for that symposium, you can visit our website. That's mytwintears.com. In Elmira, Joe Mason, 18 News.